Elsie.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
We are semi-serious, and this is our podcast.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys. It is 2015 now.
Happy New Year.
2015.
I feel
We're
like
a little late.
The New Year until the end of January.
I don't know. I feel like week 2, it's like time to no longer say Happy New Year in all your emails.
Well, yeah, I guess I wouldn't go around saying Happy New Year's to people, but like in my heart and in my soul.
It's still New Year.
It's a New Year until 31st, because then after that, the days repeat. It'll be the 1st again, it'll be the 2nd again.
That's true.
It's all new
That's
right
a very optimistic way of looking at it.
Yeah. So I feel
like it.
You have the whole month of January to figure out what you want for the year before everything starts repeating.
True. But at the same time, I'm already like, wow, we're already on the 9th day of 2015. I'm like already back to my old ways and like not doing anything different, which is funny because I think we both have New Year's resolutions.
We do have New Year's resolutions.
What are your New Year's resolutions? We haven't really discussed it, have we?
Not with each other. I think we've slightly touched on it, but like...
Ew, that sounds gross.
Slightly touch on it?
I guess I don't like that phrase.
We kind of talked about it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So I have 4 resolutions that I've they're concrete, like I wrote them down.
That means they're real.
That means they have to be real. My first one that I wrote down is I want to be more active.
That's a popular one.
Yeah, it's a very popular one. And the reason why I want to do that is because in college, I danced all 4 years. I was a dance minor. I was on the hip-hop team. And I was dancing 4 hours a day for 7 days a week. I was dancing all the time. And since graduation, so about 7 months almost now, I've done absolutely nothing.
That's not true. Well, you joined a gym.
Well, yeah, that's how it started.
But no dancing.
Just I went on a hike maybe 3 times over the summer. And I did join a gym at the end of the last year, but I really only went to it probably 6 times in a month and a half.
That sounds like a good number to me, but I've never been a gym person, so I don't know.
So I just want to be more active, whether it, I'm going to try to make more of an effort to, go to the gym and take, a Zumba class or a yoga class. Or, if I find a really cheapo dance class, go to it or, go on hikes. Just, be more moving just because dance was kind of a way for, I guess it was, my personal therapy, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of not being active has kind of been a toll on both my physical and mental health.
Well-being. Yeah.
And so I just want to be more active. Not necessarily lose weight, get fit. That would be great. But I want to do it more for the whole therapeutical part of it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Because I haven't done it. But that's one. I don't know if you want to share one, just so it's
oh, go back and forth?
Go back and forth.
Good idea. Yeah, I have the same thing. I guess mine's more specific. I want to get back into running again because I used to be really into it, and then I sprained a tendon in my foot. That was over a year ago though, so I was out of running for a while.
Yeah,
and then I
had a long time healing.
Yeah, it took so long, and this was my first real running injury, so I didn't know how long it would take, and I even had to have a boot on my foot, which I've never, this is the closest I've ever gone to breaking anything. I've never broken a bone.
Me neither.
So it was really weird, and it took a really long time to heal, and then afterwards I was kind of scared that I would re-injure myself if I ran, so I stopped running for a little bit. Then I started to run again, and then I started to get sick, with chest pains and stuff. So I was I should stop running again. And so I'm trying to slowly ease my way back into it. I I ran again for the first time in a while, 2 days ago.
How was it?
It was good. I ran farther than I thought I was going to, and I felt a lot better than I thought I was going to. So I'm planning on doing a run on Saturday. I'm going to take a 2-day break in between runs and try to ease back into that.
That's good.
Yeah, because like whenever I'm stressed or feel like anxious or something, like that's what I would do. I'd just go on a run. That's the way I relieve my stress.
Mm-hmm.
So I miss doing that.
Number 2 for me is, mine's are kind of like very generic, I guess, but that's okay. Mine is to be creative.
Good one. Also a good one.
Yeah, that's one for this 2015. And it all kind of, it's something that's been in the back of my mind. And then I found some old notebooks of some writing that I did back in my day. Let's see. When I was in 6th grade, I was like determined to be like a Disney star. Like wanted to do acting.
That's so you.
Yeah, right? And then that kind of evolved to like, oh, like I want to be a fashion designer. And so in these notebooks that I found like some like fashion designs that I created when I was like 13.
I want to see pics.
They're kind of fun. I'll like, maybe I'll tweet it. Maybe if you follow us on Twitter and you'll see these pics.
Ooh, nice plug.
Right? And then like the best part though was my notebooks that I found from like 8th to 10th grade. I have maybe like 3 like notebooks filled from like front to back of all just like poems and lyrics and like all these like potential like songs that I wrote. Yeah. Like even to the point where like I wrote a rap.
Very chill.
And so then I was like, I can't believe like when I was like 15, 16, 14 years old, like I didn't judge my thoughts. I just wrote them down.
Yeah. You know? I was going to say, like, I shouldn't be laughing. That's, like, a good, cool thing to do.
Yeah, like, it's just, like, you know, and, like, you know, I kind of stopped doing that, and, like, in high school and college, I, like, really, like, found my love with dance, so I was being creative that way.
Yeah.
But some time between graduation and now, I just kind of completely stopped being creative whatsoever. I think that way, at least. Some people may disagree. They'll be like, no, you're being creative. But I am personally not satisfied with how creative I'm being.
Yeah.
So I just kind of want to make that a priority because I feel it's one of my passions. And, you know, I hope to find new outlets and just kind of be adventurous in that part of my life. And,
very chill.
Yeah, and I did that by buying a Skillshare membership. That was first step.
I love how excited you are about this thing.
I'm so excited about Skillshare. If you guys don't know,
we're not being sponsored by Skillshare, but if they want to sponsor us,
that'd be awesome. But no, for those who don't know what Skillshare is, it's this kind of this online education program that is exactly for that, for people who kind of are struggling with finding creative outlets and want to explore creativity in different forms. So I signed up for that, and hopefully I get to do it soon. I'm gonna do it soon. I'm gonna pick a class tomorrow to take.
There you go. I mean, yeah, it's up to you. It's not like you're the one who gets to decide when to take a class. Blah, blah, blah.
So
all that fun stuff.
That's number 2, is to be creative.
I think we have like the same New Year's resolutions, but mine are a lot more specific than yours. Because my second one is what I've mentioned before, is to finish the script that I started during my screenwriting class, and I only wrote like the first 20-ish pages of it. Mm-hmm. So I want to finish the whole thing, and that's creative.
Definitely.
But to me, if I do like generic resolutions, I feel like I'm just not going to do them because it's like so much easier for you to just be like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm being more active. I just like rolled out of bed.
Stairs.
Yeah, exactly. That's a better example than rolling out of bed. Yeah, I just like went up the stairs like 5 times today. Like I was active. That's just me though. Like I need something more concrete. Yeah. So yeah, finishing that film script either by May, and if not by May, then by like the end of the year. But hopefully by May.
And I think we should start filming next year so that I can play the friend.
I would love to. I just need to find a film crew.
That's true.
And also a lot of money.
Or anybody who just wants to be...
Who wants experience.
In making films.
True.
My next one's actually really concrete.
Okay. I'm excited.
In 2015, this is like the one I really hope happens if none of the other ones happen, is I want to move to either New York or Portland this year.
In 2015.
2015. It needs to happen. And why those two places? Well, New York, last summer, I lived there for 3 months. And I just absolutely, fell head over heels for it. I just fell in love with it. I loved the energy. I loved the people. And by New York, I mean Manhattan. Brooklyn's really cool and everything, but I'm definitely more of a Manhattan girl. Definitely the West Side.
I love how, you're not willing to settle. I'm only gonna fucking move to New York if I can live in Manhattan and on the West Side.
On the Upper West Side. No, I mean, if I get to live in Brooklyn, that would be awesome too, but Manhattan is where I left my heart. As cheesy as that sounds.
No, when I went to visit, I told you. I liked Manhattan more, which is surprising.
I was very surprised by that.
You would think that I would like Brooklyn more. Maybe it was just the time I spent in Brooklyn, I was really tired and cranky, but who knows?
But I just absolutely loved it, and it's just so many creativity happens there, and it's
it's the center of the universe.
It basically is. So that's why I would move there. As for Portland, I've only been there twice, but the energy there is just awesome. I'm a big energy person, for those who don't know. I totally, feel out vibes, and, I'm really good at
auras and stuff.
Yeah, people's auras, I can totally read them. I'm pretty sure I was, some sort of, gypsy witch in my past life, or some sort. But, yeah, there's just something about, the energy in Portland that really just makes you feel like you could do anything, because everybody there is just so weird in a great way that no matter what you do, you're gonna be normal.
Yeah.
Which is kind of refreshing, being born and raised in the Bay Area, where you're kind of expected to be a certain way. At least for me, I felt that way because I went to private school, and then I went to college in the Silicon Valley and all that stuff.
Yeah, we have two very different views of the Bay Area. Yeah. I think it's funny.
Well, yeah. I think it's because you went to college in San Francisco.
Yeah.
While I, grew up in the peninsula and then went to college in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, and also live in wine country, which is a different vibe.
Yeah. So, that's why I want to go to those two places, and mostly I just want to move out of the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Before I start hating it.
Even more.
Because this is my home, and I know it's always going to be here, and I can always come back, but I never left, so I think it's time for me to go.
Yeah, good reasons.
Yeah.
This is where you're specific and I'm more generic.
Okay.
I just want to not be here. But you said, I don't know if it was during Thanksgiving or during Christmas, where you were hopefully by this time next year we'll have to fly back home for the holidays. For Thanksgiving. And I was like, yes, that is a goal of mine now, is to have to fly back to wherever I am living for the holidays, for next year, or for this year, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a goal. Whether that be I go to grad school and I'm living in New York for grad school, or I am living somewhere else. Maybe, okay, I'm not opposed to the idea of going back to San Francisco. So even if I moved there, I wouldn't be disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
So I guess just moving in general.
That's so funny. We switched. You were
I know, weird.
New York and Portland. Or also, the thought of living in Seattle has popped in my head.
Too rainy.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's I'm nah, you're crazy. It's the weather.
Yeah.
But I feel I don't know, I'm a big fan of Kurt Cobain.
That's your reason for moving to Seattle?
part of it, but
you're not even that big of a Nirvana fan.
but Kurt Cobain, love him. There's something about him that I just love, even though he was a very like
tortured
soul. But I don't know. I feel like the radio and like music history in Seattle is really cool, and I would want to learn more about it because I don't know much about it.
You don't have to move there to learn about it.
But it'd be so cool to like experience it, and like, what if I got to work for like this indie record company? You know, like how cool would that be? These are all hopes and dreams, but
you mean like Sub Pop?
Yeah, like doesn't that sound cool?
Yeah.
But I don't know if
that sounded like a very sarcastic yeah, but yes. That was a genuine yes. I just didn't know that was a dream of yours.
No, it just like popped into my head maybe like 2 days ago.
Oh, got it.
So it's like it's very new.
Very new.
So probably we'll forget about it next week. Do you have any other ones? I have one more.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Say it.
Okay. This is the one that I'm really gonna work on. Like, it is probably gonna be the hardest one for me to do. But I don't want to be afraid of not having control. I'm very much a planner.
Yeah.
I like want things to kind of go a certain way, even though I don't express it.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, oh, like, no, we should have done this. Like,
yeah. I'm the exact same way.
Yeah, like, oh, like, I'll be like, yeah, totally, we can do it your way. But in the back of my mind,
secretly,
like,
you're like, my way is way better, you idiot.
Yeah, basically. But, like, I don't ever express that.
Yeah, I do sometimes.
I don't. I'm just kind of like, yeah, like, you're right. And so I just, like, recently I've, like, kind of realized that, like, what I thought I wanted to do career-wise isn't necessarily what I want to do anymore, and that really freaked me out because it totally ruined my 5-year plan, and I'm one of those crazy people that have 5-year plans. So yeah, I just want to be okay with just, like, letting life happen and be okay with it. And my first step of doing that is in 2 weekends, one of my really good friends from middle school, Vicky, she's a hairstylist, and I'm allowing her to give me a makeover, and she's gonna decide everything. She's gonna decide the cut, the color.
You're gonna dye your hair?
Maybe, whatever she wants to do, I'm letting her do it.
This is a very big deal for you.
This is a huge deal for me.
Because you're so particular about your hair.
Very particular.
Specifically, yeah.
Very, very particular. Like, I wouldn't cut it short. And
For so
long. And when I did, it was, like, normal length short.
Yeah.
It was like
what
to
if she
my
gives you like a pixie cut?
Well, that's the thing. I told her no pixie cuts and no like dyeing it red or green.
Like fire engine red or like a natural red?
Like fire engine red.
Got it.
Like I'm totally down for a short bob.
Like a Victoria Beckham?
Yeah, like if that's what she wants to do, I'm all for it. But like,
what if she gives you the Rachel? Wait, you don't watch Friends?
I don't watch Friends.
God, never mind.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's cool. That's very exciting. I can't wait to see what happens.
I don't, like, honestly, I'm not even gonna know what she's gonna do until I go to her house and, like, she does it.
That's cool.
And then I'm just gonna do, like, a random plug for her because she's the greatest.
I want to get my hair cut by her.
You should.
I have to make the trek over there.
You do.
Also, I'm trying to grow out my hair, so maybe I shouldn't get a haircut.
You guys should follow her on Instagram. It's Styles by Vicky 22.
STYLES.
BYVICKY 22.
There you go. Totally follow her. We love her. Hi, Vicky.
We do. Hi, Vicky. But yeah, so I'm doing that in 2 weekends.
That's exciting. My last resolution, which I guess, I don't know, because I wrote down a whole bunch of them. I have like a lot, but it's more like things I just want to keep working on throughout my life, not necessarily just like this year to get done by this year. But a big one, I guess, is like to be more adventurous, I guess, but like not even, I guess that's the wrong word, to be more open-minded and to be less afraid, basically, to like do things that I've always wanted to do, but I'm always like, no, I shouldn't do that because of A, B, or C. Like, I have many reasons to not do things, and so that always keeps me from doing things that I want to do. Like, I want to start writing more, not just like film stuff, but like actual essays and stuff. And I definitely want to start submitting stuff to publications. Yeah, because I like, I can't get it through my head that, like, obviously, if I don't ever pitch any of my stories and stuff, no one's gonna read them. Like,
True.
duh. But in my head, I'm like, I'll just keep writing for myself. So yeah, this year, I guess I just want to be less afraid, more willing to put myself out there. There we go. That's what I meant to
That's a
say.
good one.
Yeah, man. Because it's very difficult for some people. Some people have no problem doing it,
Oh,
but
yeah, I
I
totally agree.
hate it.
I feel that your New Year's resolution, your last one, is the perfect transition to talk about
What is it?
the Charlie Hebdo.
How is that a good transition?
Because you
I'm
want to
curious.
be more willing to put yourself out there,
Uh-huh.
and this whole idea of like freedom of speech and putting your opinions out there
Mm-hmm.
for everybody to see.
Yeah,
And
true.
whatever they are, whether it be a cartoon,
Never drawing cartoons because I'm not good at it. But yes, I get what you're saying.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, there
Yeah.
is some sort
So,
of censorship.
oh, well, yeah, of course. It has to be. So yeah, the more serious topic, more worldly topic, the Charlie Hebdo, which hopefully we're both saying it correctly.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I feel bad if we aren't, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's
sorry.
Hebdo, yeah. Charlie Hebdo.
So it's a French satirical weekly newspaper that's been going on for a while, since the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And then so recently they were in the news because uh, some people attacked their offices this year, and I think like 12 people died.
12 people died in the attack that happened on January 7th.
January 7th. So only a couple days ago. So they were attacked by 3 Islamist gunmen because this magazine, weekly newspaper, whatever, has been like long publishing very anti-Islamic cartoons and just rhetoric and stuff like that. And they're like very leftist. They're very
Very leftist,
extremist.
very anti-religion.
Yeah, very anti a lot of things. But yeah, they're very left wing. So they were pretty. Their cartoons and stuff were pretty out there and like offensive. Like there's no way around it. Like they were just very crude and like not good.
I want to say not good. They were just like you said, very crude.
Yeah. Um, and so this whole attack just brings up, like you were mentioning, issues about freedom of speech and like, are these people allowed to print things like this and like distribute this kind of thing? And also the idea of like, well, if you're gonna print this stuff and like put it out there, like you're making yourself vulnerable in a way to attacks. Like there's only so much like someone's gonna take before they lash out against you. And this isn't the first time they've been attacked either.
I think they got attacked in the early 2000s also.
2011. Yeah, so it's not the first time. I struggled with this at first when I first heard about it, and like obviously, of course, no one deserves to die over this. Like that was not cool. Yeah. And I'm not justifying what happened, the killings or anything. There's a difference between satire and like just blatant disregard and like
disrespect.
Yeah, there's a difference between satire and being extremely disrespectful to a religion, where basically these people were just like, as they are extreme left wing, they were judging an entire religion on a small group that are also extremely religious. Like
that's a really
that
good point. That
group they were attacking, they were attacking an entire religion by only showing a certain aspect of that religion. So that's not fair.
Yeah.
And yes, the people that attacked them were part of the extreme group that they were targeting, but like now it just further perpetuates this whole idea we have about Muslims and Islamic people being like terrorists and like killers and just really bad people, when that's not what it is at all. So I don't know.
Like, they've kind of, the sense that I got from reading articles and stuff is that, oh, you know, like this weekly newspaper, news magazine, they make fun of everyone. Like, they were saying, like, they've drawn, like, pictures of, like, the Pope. They make fun of everyone. But when I was trying to do some research and, like, try to really sell these cartoons, like, the ones that are most, like, vulgar and crude and just kind of like, I don't think this is funny, were the ones towards, Muslims. And, like, it just kind of is like, okay, well, you're poking fun at everyone, but you're going really hard on this specific group.
Yeah.
Which kind of bothered me. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, just, like, it's not satire at that point.
Yeah.
Satire is, like, when you bring out real issues and, at least political satire is, like, you're poking fun at something, but an actual issue that you yourself are, like, trying to understand. Yeah.
Yeah, completely agree.
Not just bashing an entire religion and putting it off as satire.
But then at the same time, like, I started thinking about how, like, I never give my opinion on things ever, kind of for that reason of, like, I mean, I know I'm not gonna get, like, a terrorist attack on my house, but, like, I mean, hopefully I don't, but, like, I always, like, I'm constantly worrying about, like, I'm gonna get attacked if I express how I feel, which is kind of really sad to me. And, like, I feel like this kind of added to that fear of, like, well, what am I allowed to put out in the public that it's not gonna, like, force people to attack me?
Well, I think you can put out your opinion. It's just the way you put out your opinion, Like, I don't think anyone's ever going to attack you about your opinion, because I can't imagine. You're not, like, one of those people that goes on Facebook and, like, wants to pick a fight with whoever is willing to, like, fall for it and is like, I hate abortion or something, Yeah. Like, obviously those people aren't there to state their opinions. They're there to get other people angry.
Because, like, and it's just kind of all these things where it's, like, in social media, it's so easy to just put your opinion out there and, like, put your 2 cents on everything.
Yeah.
And, like, I always see all these people, like, going back and forth. And part of me is, like, I totally want to be part of this conversation because it sounds interesting to me, but I don't want to feel attacked.
Yeah.
Which is...
I don't know.
Which is something that I always find interesting to see how, like... I think it's exactly what you said. It's how you state your opinion.
Yeah. There's a way to state your opinion where people will see that you're just simply stating what you believe and you're not trying to change anyone else's opinion.
And I think that's,
you're just, this is what I feel.
Like that's something that everyone, including myself even maybe sometimes, needs to learn, that it's like, you're going to think what you think, and if you change somebody's mind, that's great, but don't make it your point to change people's minds.
And yeah, you're right. The majority of people don't realize that or take that in and try to implement that when they're talking to other people, which is mind-boggling to me that we don't learn that.
Yeah, it's like just how you're not going to change how you think. These people are not going to change what they think just because you're forcing your opinion on them.
And especially because you're doing that. The more you force someone to, like, try to see things the way you see them, the less likely I feel like they're going to change their mind.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I just, like, it's like little kids fighting, which is funny because you're a grown adult.
Exactly. I don't know. It just brings a lot of issues about our society, not only in regards of, like, terrorism and this whole anti-Muslim, anti-Islamic ordeal that just has been happening for a while. It's just really sad, all positive thoughts go out to Paris. Lots to think about.
For sure. Now that we've gotten our serious
part of semi-serious
out of the way. Yeah, now that the serious part is over, what's our next topic?
Completely different, like out of nowhere.
What is that?
Beauty vloggers.
Like total 180. Wait,
yeah,
yes.
180, not 360.
No, yes. We've discussed this already. Yes, total 180 YouTube beauty gurus, beauty bloggers, beauty vloggers, all of the above. I recently, like this week, maybe last week, have started watching like so many beauty videos. It started when I wanted to figure out how to like do a loose curl for our cousin's quinceanera. And so I like searched on YouTube like how to curl your hair but make them look really loose and like casual.
That's what you
And
enter on
then
a YouTube search.
literally that's all, the whole sentence is what I searched. And then I started just like watching a whole bunch of other videos. And here's the thing, I don't wear makeup that often. I don't really know how to put on makeup. Like, I know the basics, you know, like every girl knows the basics.
Yeah, it's like in our genetics.
But yeah, like I know how to put on mascara, and I can like put on lipstick and do a bottom liner, but I can't for the life of me do the top liner.
Practice.
I'm trying to learn.
It takes practice.
Yeah, but I've never really been that into it. But every once in a while, like I'll go through a phase where I'm like, I need to go to Sephora. I need to get all this foundation, all this concealer, all these different makeup products, and then just like go crazy and like try to figure it out. Yeah, and then I never fucking use it. I like buy it, and then it sits in my drawer in my makeup bag, and it goes bad.
That's the thing. You have to like buy like drugstore products when you're learning.
But the thing about drugstore products is like there's no one there that's like, oh, this is your color for your face.
Like if you're practicing, you're not gonna like take this out to a party.
Well, okay, I'll tell you. I
guess. My background with YouTube beauty bloggers. It all started back in like 2007, 2008, right when they first started.
Very early in the game.
This is right when like YouTube was like becoming a thing. I went to the same phase. I was like obsessed to the point where like I went and bought the Coastal Scents 44 color palette, which I don't think they would make those anymore. I bought the matte and the shimmer because it was only like $20 online. I just like would just practice. I would never go out. I would just be at home and just like practice.
I think I see it as a waste when I like last night I practiced my eyeliner and I'm like, well, I'm not going anywhere, so that was wasteful.
I guess.
But it's not. It really isn't, but in my head, yeah.
It's like when you print out a bunch of like your paper and you're gonna edit them and then you're gonna throw away that paper because you're never gonna turn in that paper.
Okay, that's the thing. That's why I hate printing out any essay that I work on. Even though if I like physically need to have a copy of something in order to like edit it, because to me it makes it easier.
Yeah.
But I hate printing it out because I'm like, this is so wasteful. And I'm not even that like environmentally conscious, so I don't know why I have this whole problem with it. Are you
gonna be one of those like, do you think you'll ever be one of those people that's like, I'm only gonna buy animal-free cruelty products for my face?
I would love to be. I don't think I care that much, which sounds terrible. Yeah, no.
But it's really hard to find booty products that aren't animal
booty.
What did I say?
You said booty problems. Or products, whatever.
Beauty products.
Is it though? I feel like more and more companies are being
now,
like, yeah.
It was hard.
What I would really like to get into is like beauty products that don't have any like harmful chemicals and like fake stuff on it, because I think that just makes your skin look worse. And like that's also a fear of mine, is why I don't wear makeup rarely, is because I don't want to become one of those people that like when they don't wear makeup, you like can tell.
No, I'm in this complete same way. Like some people, wear makeup every single day and they look awesome. And I totally wish I could be like that. But then sometimes it's like, I'm always like, what do you look like without all of that on?
Tired. Very tired.
Maybe they even look better without all that makeup on.
Maybe.
We'll never
Who
know.
knows? I don't know. It's just funny because during my New Year's Eve trip, Allison and Roxanne were like getting ready and putting on makeup and stuff to go out. And I was just like sitting around, like waiting.
Did you put on like lipstick?
And they were like, no, I didn't bring anything with me. Because I was like, we're just going to be hiking around and stuff, like in the mountains. I was like, oh, maybe I'll bring like a lipstick or something. But I just didn't. But they were like putting on like their BB cream and their like concealer and their mascara and stuff. And I was like, oh, maybe I should have brought something. Because they're going to look super good. And I'm just going to look like plain old me.
Probably the most beautiful girl.
Oh my God, thanks. No, definitely not. There were some really good looking people spending New Year's Eve and New Year's whatever in Big Sur. Yeah, there was this like group of 3 people. They were French. And they all look like models. There was this one guy there. It was him and his girlfriend and, like, the third wheel, which I felt bad for her. But, like, why'd you come
maybe
anyways?
They're, like, polygamist.
Maybe. But the guy was, like, really good looking. And it was kind of a bummer because I was, like, in my workout clothes. But it didn't matter because he had a girlfriend. But anyways, so one YouTube beauty person that we both... Have you watched her videos or you just follow her on Twitter? Too. Okay. Essie Button.
She's great.
She's
so fun.
Love her. Because you, like, assume, like, most beauty gurus are kind of, like, lame and, like, not to be judgmental or stereotypical. Yeah, like
just, like,
kind of airy and ditzy and, like, not funny.
They're serious. They're all business.
Yeah, they're like, this is my life. I'm very serious about makeup, which is fine. You can totally, like, more power to you. Like, that's something you like to do. That's awesome. It's obviously not something I'm that into. Yeah. But with Essie Button's video, she's like, you know, she's someone you could, like, hang with.
Totally. She's just kind of like, I like doing my makeup and I like making videos. So here you go.
Yeah. And she has, like, such a cool life.
Yeah. She's like this Canadian. She's 24 years old, first of all. She's Canadian, then she moved to, like, the UK.
Has a really nice apartment.
She has a cute dog.
I've seen so many of her videos that, like, her home decor, I'm just like, wow. And she has really good style, like, clothes-wise as well. Yeah. She's, like, a lifestyle-ish blogger and stuff, too. But she's also, like, really funny and, like, sarcastic and doesn't take herself seriously. And so thanks to our friend Allison for, like...
Thanks, Allie.
Introducing us to her, because beforehand I was like, I'm not going to watch any of this stuff. Like, this is dumb. But now I subscribe to her beauty channel and to her, like, personal vlog channel.
Well, I just follow her, like, blog on, like, Blog Lovin'. So I get
got it.
Stuff.
No, I follow... I just watch her videos mostly. I just think it's a new thing that I've just started, like, watching a whole bunch of videos. And so now my, like, recommended videos on YouTube are, like, a whole bunch of other beauty people. And I'm just like, I'm not interested in any of these other people.
It's just Essie Button.
Yeah, it's only Essie Button. Shout out to her if she ever listens to this podcast.
We love you, girl.
And I think that's the YouTube URL is just, like, Essie Button.
Essie, like the nail polish.
Yeah.
Button, like a button.
Like a button on your shirt. So check out her videos. They're, like, really informative, too, like, on makeup and stuff. Like, I want to buy some of the stuff that she was talking about in her videos.
Actually, the concealer,
the Tarte?
Is it Maybelline?
Yeah, okay, I really want to get that. You do? Is it good?
It's the greatest thing ever.
I really need to get it because I have such bad circles under my eyes.
I was like, oh my god, I can't believe you swear by that because that's what I swear by too. So now, like, justifies that I'm using this because I just switched to it the last time I bought concealer.
Okay. And this makes me want to buy it even more because she said it and then you said it.
And it's perfect because it's, like, anti-aging, so it helps with your wrinkles too.
Okay, but you're fucking 22. You don't have any.
You start taking care of your skin in your 20s. Don't wait until you have wrinkles.
That's true. Also, yeah, because of those beauty videos, I'm, like, starting to put lotion on my neck, which I never used to do. But everyone keeps telling me, like, your neck is the first thing that, like, shows your age.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like, most people just take care of their face,
that's what I was doing,
but they ignore and neglect the neck, and you need to take care of that as well. So there you go. There's my beauty tip that I stole from other people.
Also, I just want to quick comment for all our listeners. Like, thank you for sticking with us when we talk about greater
God, yes.
like the Paris terrorist attack, and then now we're reviewing beauty products. But that's the whole thing about we are semi-serious.
That's our philosophy.
You know, we want to talk about serious things, but we also want to talk about beauty products.
This is how our conversations on the phone go.
This is exactly our phone conversations.
Yeah. Literally, we will talk to each other on the phone and be like, wait, save it for the podcast.
Yeah, that's what we do. It's great.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening. It's been a very cool couple of months doing this. I love it. Hopefully you guys love it as well.
Yeah. Or if you don't love it and you like making fun of us, like, I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, as long as it's like a light poke, nothing too sharp and damaging to my ego, which is very fragile. But no, even if you have, like, suggestions of, like, things we should talk about or do better, we are always open to suggestions. Yes. So please let us know now that we took that little break to talk about how grateful we are. Next topic?
Girls?
Yeah, girls and looking. So this is like my favorite time of the year, not because of the holidays, but because
HBO
a whole bunch of
premieres.
good shows come back
Broad
on.
City, too.
I'm so excited. And Broad City comes back on next week. Have we talked about Broad City? I feel like no. Maybe in passing.
In passing.
But that's like the best show that's out right now. Like hands down, beats pretty much anything.
I think it's a great show for females, about females, in comedy, like.
Yeah. It's not a serious show, so if you like dramas and stuff, you probably won't like this show. But funnier.
I think it's way funnier.
And with girls.
But it's like that same type of like humor.
Stoner humor, yeah. But yeah, so that comes out next Wednesday.
But Girls.
I'm super excited about that. Girls comes back on this Sunday. On HBO, as always. Season 4, right?
Season 4.
I know a lot of people have like very complicated relationships with that show. A lot of people that I know and love don't like that show and don't like Lena Dunham. I'm gonna admit it, I love the show. I admit that she is problematic as hell sometimes.
Yeah.
But I love the show
too.
So much. I think it's so funny and so well written. And I think, honestly, Lena gets a lot more criticism. Lena, like she's my friend. I think she gets a lot of criticism from feminists and from people that hate feminism that is unwarranted, and just they need someone to scapegoat, and they're going to choose her.
I honestly think it's also just because she's young.
Yeah, that's also part of it. She's a young female.
A young female in power.
Yeah, and so people that like aren't feminist don't like that at all.
Yeah.
And think like that's not okay. And then feminists think she's not doing enough and that she's promoting images that are very problematic and that are hegemonic and like, patriarchal.
Girls isn't a feminist show. Like,
yes, it is.
In
certain aspects.
But it's not labeled a feminist show. It's not like feminist drama. It's not like the genre of the show.
Yeah, it's not marketed that way, I don't think.
So that's why it's like, that's why I could have a problem with that. It's like feminists having an issue with the show. It's like, it's just a portrayal of these females in their late 20s living in New York. But
some people can say that is a feminist act because there's so little shows of that happening. There's like two that I can think of. Girls and Broad City.
Genre of a TV show.
I don't know. We can debate if it's feminist.
No, I think it's a feminist show, but like I don't think that it's like
actively working towards being feminist.
Definitely some scenes are, because it's Lena Dunham, but I think the show that's not the right word.
As a whole?
The show as a whole, like, I just don't think feminists should be mad at her, because it's like she's like the first step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think the problem is, and someone else said this, and I'm trying to figure out who it was, but I can't remember, it's that we expect this show and her to represent all females and all women and all feminism, and not one show can do that. What we need is more women in television and more females making TV shows and putting their stories out there. But at the same time, and this is where I get that argument, and this is where I get confused and I get tricked and I don't know where to fall, is how much leeway do we give her being like, oh, but she, like, this is just her view. Like, this, we can't put this all on her. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you have to hold people responsible for certain things. You know what I mean?
Like what?
Well, like, I don't know. It's so hard to explain. But it's just like, I totally get the, like, yes, it's just one person. And, you know, but at the same time, her voice is so big that she needs to be more careful of the way she presents things and people. And, like, especially, like, her book got her into a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah, her book did.
And I don't know how I feel about that still. Like, I stopped reading her book. I think not just because of what happened, but because I didn't think it was as good as I thought it was going to be. But, like, you know, sometimes she gets herself into trouble. And I think to myself, yeah, because you didn't think before you spoke. And you didn't realize other people's experiences.
But that's the thing. As an artist,
she's
only expressing what she knows. Like, how is she going to know how you feel?
Okay, that, yes. But, like, outing your sister, not cool. And this is your sister, so you should be considering.
But her sister was like, this is totally, like, fine to be published.
Yeah, after the fact. But I'm sure when it was happening to her, she was like, well, she was super pissed.
Well, yeah.
See, it's just, like, so hard for me because I love her. At the same time, I'm like, I can't deny the fact that she is problematic in some ways. Like, I can't deny that. That's so true. That's also true. Like, but, like the thing that's different is that what I kept saying is, like,
writer, and then you write something about, like, me. And I'm like, what the heck?
Exactly.
Like, no.
Exactly. But that's when, like, what happens is, like, your voice gets bigger. Like what Spider-Man said, with more power comes more responsibility.
That's true. Thanks, Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man's grandpa.
Yeah. Uncle. Right? Uncle Ben.
Yeah, it's Uncle. Sorry, Spider-Man.
So, sorry, Andrew Garfield, who is the one true Spider-Man in my heart. No, I haven't seen the movie with him in it. I just think he's really good looking and way better than Tobey Maguire.
He was such a good Spider-Man, though.
He was. Actually, that's like the only Spider-Man movie I've seen is the Tobey Maguire version.
Yeah, he was so good at it.
But anyways, now that we have this Lena Dunham conversation aside, which millions of people have had, and we've probably just regurgitated what everyone has already said, to the show, to the 4th season, which I made you look. I hope you didn't think it was too spoilery.
I didn't think it was spoilery.
There's a video on YouTube that, like, kind of shows you, like, a bigger view of, like, what's going to happen this season with each character. But it doesn't really go into specifics. It just kind of does, like a overview and arc
of each character.
Yeah. Which I really liked, and I didn't know whether or not to warn you before watching it, but it got me, like, really excited for the show.
I'm really excited to see what happens with, like, Marnie's love affair.
Yes, I am so excited to see what happens between Marnie and Desi. Obviously, spoilers, the lightest of spoilers, but we both have seen every single episode so far, so we're all caught up. So if anyone listening isn't caught up,
and the episode
just warning. I'm so excited to see what happens, and I love the way that Lena described, like, what Marnie's going through.
It made
because
me
it really,
Marnie.
It really makes her a full.
Like, season 2.
Yeah, and it was so easy to hate
3,
her.
I don't know.
And I think
it's one of those 2 seasons where I'm like, Marnie, you're so annoying.
Well, even from the beginning, I feel like everyone
I liked Marnie
was
in the first season. I totally related to her.
You're such a Marnie.
I thought it was a Marnie in the first season.
Yeah, but I feel like the majority of people were like, she's the stuck-up one. She's like the type A. Like, she's not fun or anything. I feel like
that's like me sometimes.
You're fun. And then, like, the whole, like, Charlie thing, and then her when she's, like, in a tailspin, doesn't know what to do. It just made her even more insufferable. Yeah. But then I think, like, what I like that she becomes human, and we're gonna be seeing her in a more vulnerable light. Like, we get to see the reasoning behind what she does. And I think the reason I like her a lot is because I relate to her in that aspect a lot. Like, putting a wall up, not letting anyone in to see your vulnerabilities. Because to her, that's weakness. Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited
for Marnie's story. And Shoshana's.
We get to meet her parents, and I'm so excited about it.
I'm really looking forward to that one. Because I feel like that's what we can relate to the most. Because she just graduated.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, she just graduated. Yeah.
Or trying to figure out what to do after college.
Exactly. And I'm also excited. The only person I'm not that excited to see where it goes and stuff is Jessa, because I feel like she's the least developed as a character.
She hasn't changed whatsoever since season 4.
No, and I think, to me, honestly, the whole drug problem thing kind of came out of left field. Like, oh, she's seriously a drug addict now. Like, I never really got that. I thought she was just, like, one of those friends that you have that's, like, super floaty and, like, flaky and stuff like that.
I totes caught on to that. I was like, she's probably on acid a lot of the time.
Her drug of choice.
Probably not.
But yeah, so I'm really excited to see where it goes. I started reading a review on Vanity Fair about the new season, but then I stopped myself because I didn't want it to, like, taint the way I see it. But it wasn't, like, a super positive review, we'll just say that. But yeah, I'm going to try to keep myself away from any reviews or anything until I've seen. I know it's been so long. It's just, like, a great show that I love to watch. I've seen every episode, like, multiple times. Should we wrap it up?
I think we should. This is a long episode.
Okay. And we didn't even get to talk about everything we wanted to. Okay, can we just bring up real fast Joan Didion for Celine and just say that it's amazing and we all love it? I love it so much.
It's awesome.
I realized yesterday, is there anyone that doesn't like Joan Didion?
No,
everyone loves Joan Didion because she's amazing.
Was a really, like, badass journalist. Like, she spoke the truth, and you can't get mad at the truth.
No, she was amazing. I love her. I would love to hang out with her one day. But yeah, on that note, thank you guys for listening. As always, you can listen to us. We're in the midst of trying to figure out if we should move our episodes or not. So this will either be on SoundCloud or maybe even YouTube.
we're trying to figure out what's the best
platform to put this on, because SoundCloud is being kind of annoying. Anyways,
definitely follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, follow us at we are the letter R semi-serious. That's our Twitter. We have a Tumblr as well. We'll probably be posting where we're gonna be posting this episode, and that is we are regular word R we are semi-serious.tumblr.com. Straight up, this was super fun.
Lots of fun.
We will see you next time, guys. Bye.